Are you interested in learning from the mistakes I made in year one of business so that you don't have to make those same mistakes, or maybe can make less of a mistake? Stay tuned. Class is in session.
Audio testing 1 2 3. Audio testing 1 2 3.
Hey you guys, this is your girl Tiffany B, the lovely lady, and I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for spending a little bit of your highly sought after time on my YouTube channel watching my video. I really appreciate it, you guys. If you have not noticed, this video is about the top 6 reasons or takeaways that I learned in my first year to 18 months of being an entrepreneur and being in business, having a business with my best friend, and then, ending that business and now working on opening up my own boutique and working on actually a couple other projects as well. And I'm so excited. This is the kickoff to a series of things that I've learned in this first year, and I really want to put them out there because they were things that honestly I wish would have been a little bit more detailed for me. So this is video 1 of honestly I don't know when this series is going to end because I literally have like 16 videos planned out for you guys because I really want to break it down. So without having a long intro, if this is what you want to hear, you want to learn from my mistakes, stay tuned to the end because I even have a bonus tip for you and a little sneak peek of what's to come. You ready? Alright, so number 6 tip, I'm just going to get straight to it, was just start. Previous to my best friend asking me, I have been wanting to honestly own a boutique for a while, but honestly I was scared. I had all these reasons, but guess what? You learn in doing. You have to put aside your fears and just really get into the thick of it. And with that being said, like, experience is the best teacher. Literally, whatever you don't know, you're going to find out that you don't know it by doing it. And sometimes, especially since a lot of us didn't go to business school, and even with going to business school, everyone knows there's a reason why jobs pay for experience. There's a reason why they want on-the-job experience, and it's the same in being a business owner and being an entrepreneur. You have to get on-the-job entrepreneur training, especially since there's so many different businesses and niches out there. There's no way that you're going to figure it all out by just reading. Just not going to happen. So yeah, you have to get on-the-job training. So get over that fear. You're going to fail. I'm sorry. I know that's going to hurt your feelings. You're going to fail. But guess what? In failing, you're winning. Because that is one thing you can check off your box that you learned, that you can move on and now grow from that. You cannot be scared of that part. You have to really just learn by doing. And that's what also kind of leads quickly into my point number 5, is start where you are. I think we don't start because we're trying to get to a certain point. No, literally my tip number 5 is start where you are. It's better than not starting at all. We get analysis paralysis because we think that we have to know all of this information. No, you don't have to know it all starting from day 1. Start where, just start, and then start where you are, literally, because that is honestly the best combination that's going to just get the ball rolling. I literally have done so much research, and every person that I talked to, interviewed, listened to, said they honestly had no freaking clue what they were doing. Even YouTubers, Think Media, I watched a video where he showed his very first YouTube video. Y'all, it was bad. It was bad. But just imagine if the guy who started Think Media didn't start it. We wouldn't be able to get all that great information that Think Media now provides. So yeah, without me rambling, just start, and start where you are. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So it's not real, you guys. Whatever fear, and then the longer you sit and not doing, the longer it eggs on fear. Inaction breeds fear. So literally, you're making your fear worse by not doing the thing that needs to be done. Your starting point literally may just be that you need to do research. It literally may just be that you need to open up your laptop and figure out what the heck doing that type of business means. That can be your starting point, and then go from there. Then figure out what licenses you need and just keep building. But don't sit and keep sitting on this amazing idea. One of the things that I really learned from an amazing pastor is that you aren't the only one God gave that idea to. So you sit on it, you might miss up on an opportunity. You may be like, okay, you may not be listening to what God is telling you to do. So literally just get into the thick of it and stop being scared. Number 6, just start. Number 5, start where you are. Number 4, budget and education. So set a budget. Day 1, I have $500. I have $200. Now, over time, will this budget maybe, change, be flexible, whoop-de-whoop, but start with a budget. And in that budget, make sure you include educating yourself and investing in some type of learning when it comes to your business, particularly in like a boutique business, or if you're trying to be a coach. I don't care if you're trying to do digital products, if you're trying to do print on demand. Include education in your budget, even if that's, okay, I can only afford $20. There are things that you can get for $20 to educate you about print on demand, about being a boutique owner. There are free things. Start where you are and build on top of it, but make sure that you include education in your budget, and then list out the things that you quote unquote can't afford. List them out, list them in the order of priorities, and then make it do what it do. That gives you something to work towards. So that is my number 4. It's a budget from day 1 and stick to it. It's actually like 4A and 4B. Budget from day 1. Be real with yourself about your budget. And let me just go back to that. So say if your budget is $500 now. We all know that you're going to end up needing more than $500. So let's be realistic. How are we going to get more than $500? Are we working? Do we have a source of income that will allow us to set aside $50, $100, $200 every paycheck? Or are we starting with maybe one product or something like print on demand or drop shipping stores? You don't have any on-hand inventory, so you can take the money you earn and use that to reinvest. Same thing even if you're ordering inventory. Are we relying on our personal income, or are we relying on the profits from the money that we make from what we sold? And that's, again, strategy. Make a budget strategy. Seriously, from day 1. And again, 4B, part of that budget needs to include investing in things to learn about your business. You will not be an expert in everything. You will have to hire coaches, because you're learning. You may not know everything about marketing. You may not know everything about branding. So you are going to have to hire someone to help teach you those things. As a new entrepreneur, you're probably going to have to get a baseline understanding of things and execute a lot of it on your own. But as you do that, be prepared to scale and hire someone to do the things that A, you aren't that great at, and B, that honestly you really do just need to delegate. One of my favorite things, that I can't remember who I heard it from, they were like, a real business owner, as they grow, they learn not to work in their business but on their business, because you can't properly scale and not go crazy but always trying to work in your business. It's just not realistic. I think it was from the book Profit First. I can't remember his name, but yeah, you want to grow from working in your business to on your business. That is a real scale and real success. So yeah, that is tip number 4A and 4B. My next tips, 2 and 3, also kind of go together, is a discipline and organization. A lot of people think because you become an entrepreneur, oh, I'm working for myself, I get to get up when I want to, I don't have anybody telling me what to do. Your new boss is you and the customer. The only difference between working for yourself and working for somebody else is who's telling you what to do and who's structuring your time. When you work, most of us, when we work for somebody else, they are structuring our time. They're telling us when we need to be somewhere and how fast we need to do something. They are micromanaging that stuff for us. They're creating the basic structure and framework for our time, organization, and discipline. When you are an entrepreneur, you have to create that for yourself. And y'all, it is a lot harder than what you think it is. I'm just going to tell you. Because it's just easy, especially when you're in analysis paralysis, to let a whole freaking day go by. Transparent moment, I have been trying to shoot this very video for a week. And I have literally fallen asleep because I work a part-time job overnight. I have fallen asleep during the whole day. 2 out of those, 3 or 4 days that I've been trying to shoot it. And so I literally had to like get in my butt. I was like, Tiffany, You need to get this first video shot. This is the first video to kick off a whole campaign so that you no longer have to work for somebody else. This is the starting video. If you don't do it, who's going to do it? This video isn't miraculously going to make itself and get out to your audience and put out that digital product. You have to do it. So discipline and organization from day one. And that's another point I just want to add to that when it comes to discipline and organization. If you aren't personally organized, you aren't all of a sudden going to be professionally organized. If you aren't personally great at customer service, you aren't all of a sudden professionally going to be great at customer service. You got a bad attitude personally, you aren't all of a sudden going to just have a great attitude professionally. It is something that you have to work towards, and you need to start working towards it day one and be real with yourself about where you are and all things personal. Don't act like you're good with money and you know you're not. Me, I'm horrible at budgeting. Money was not a strong point in my home household. It was not really something that I was taught to budget well. So to this day, I am having to teach myself how to budget my personal finances. And honestly, it had a lot to do with why I'm not where I want to be in life, because I historically did not know how to budget money at all. And am I getting better? Yes, a lot better. But do I still have a long way to go? Yes. But I can't all of a sudden become a business owner and expect that I'm going to know how to budget my business finances perfectly. No. So I have to educate myself. You remember that? What tip was that? I don't remember, but I think it was like tip number 4. You know, I have to educate myself about budgeting. I have to, and then like I can be a procrastinator. So I have to work on being a procrastinator personally and professionally so that I can get stuff done and I can achieve the goals I want to achieve. So yeah, discipline, organization, the skills that you need just aren't magically going to drop out of air. You have to intentionally work on them. Cool? Cool. My number 1 tip is don't focus on the money. Focus on the life you want to live. And I honestly think that's why after the business that I had with my best friend ended, why it has taken me so long to get to the point I am now. I was purely focused on making money. I was like, ooh, I want to quit my day job. I want to work for myself. I want to be able to do this, this, and this. I want to live off of running my boutique. I want to live off of coaching people, how to be an entrepreneur. I want to live off of pretty much putting the information out there that I wished was out there. But I was only focused on the money. I was like, how can I make money to get to where I want to be? But really, I should have been focusing on the life that I wanted to live. Maybe you need to start a drop shipping business so that can fuel or fund your passion dream. So that way you can free up your time, have more creativity juices flowing, so that you can then fund your passion project. One of my favorite examples of this is Trishana. She opened Mixin's Ice Cream, and she started off making jewelry, selling clothing. That was probably what I see from the outside looking in as one of her passion projects. But then she realized really quickly, hey, that's a lot of money up front, a lot of financial risk. So maybe I need to do something else that I know I can make money at, or I can at least I have a higher probability. And then now she's launching a bomb freaking line. So that's what I mean. Don't just focus on the money. Focus on the life you want to live, and the strategy and the steps will start literally coming together like a puzzle. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. And real quick, I want to tell you a quick bonus tip that really kind of frustrated me, and now that I've gained the word that I'm about to say about this word, it really made a big difference. Clarity. This word is thrown around a lot, like, ooh, I gained clarity, ooh, I gained clarity. And I used to be frustrated because I would be like, how did I gain clarity about this, but I'm still struggling? You want to know why? Is it because simply having clarity is not enough. And there's different types of clarity. There is clarity in knowing the definition of a word. I'm using that as an example. And then there's clarity in knowing how to use that word in a sentence. Then there's clarity on how to put that sentence into a paragraph. Then there's clarity, sorry you guys, then there's even more clarity on knowing properly putting that paragraph in the right paper, in the right dissertation. So there are steps to it. And what that really is, you may gain clarity about certain hacks or certain gems. You may gain clarity about target audience. You may gain clarity about how to successfully do reels on Instagram. But all of those are steps in a process, is what I'm really trying to say is steps in a strategy. Everything you do, and honestly not just in business, even in your personal life, has to have strategy. And so that is something that we watch all these videos. We go to YouTube University. We subscribe to or follow all these people on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook groups, whatever it may be, only to realize that those are only parts of the strategy. You have to hammer down your strategy from day one. So that is my bonus tip to you guys. It's just not enough to have single or singular clarity. You really have to hammer down a strategy that works for your business, and strategy is really personal to your business. And over these next series, I'm going to be talking a crap ton of strategy. That's what you're going to hear me talking about. You're going to get sick of hearing me say the word strategy. And so my next video that you will see probably going up is probably going to be 1 or 2. Competitor research, it'll either be 2 or 3. That'll either be number 3 video or number 2 video. Or the possible 2 number video will be purpose, vision, mission, personal why, business why. I think I'm going to start off with one of those 2. Let me know down in the comments. Every video that I post, there will be an accompanying digital download that kind of goes into more detail on how to make that topic work for you. For example, because of this video, you will see shortly in the next 2 or 3 days a digital download go up on my website. Basically, the steps that you need to follow to launch your boutique from start to finish. And it's literally just a launch. There are way more detailed steps underneath all of those bullet points, and there's more steps to go once you actually launch. But I want to help get you started on the right foot. This is something that I wish was there in more clarity for me. And I wish that they didn't just give the guide. I wish they went into more detail about some of the subsets. And so that is what I am providing for you. So follow me on Instagram so that you can get the link to get that digital download in the next few days. And thank you for coming and watching my video. Peace.